Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, I have partnered up with Classic Football Shirts to offer you a 10% discount if you use my link down below and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout. Make sure you use my link down below because it is an affiliate link. And yes, on there you'll find loads of different Leeds shirts, ones from past, present, proper good quality retro shirts, and obviously all other clubs as well. You'll find stuff from all over the world there, so make sure you check out the link down below. Today's video is going to be about Jaidon Anthony. Now, we had some deadline day drama with Luis Sinisterra leaving Leeds United after apparently threatening legal action if they did not let him leave the club, that is, because of a clause that he had in his contract, which some people believed that had expired. There was some complication and some drama around it. He's forced his way out of the club. The 49ers couldn't really do anything about that. But what they did was their best to get in a replacement, and they've brought in Jaidon Anthony. Now, Jaidon Anthony was a big part of the reason that Bournemouth got promoted last season in the first place, or the season before, because they had a midfield where you'd expect some of the more expensive players to come through and be the ones pulling the weight, but actually Jaidon Anthony, who's only 23 years old, was actually doing really, really well for them. In that season, he got 8 goals and 6 assists, I think, in the Championship, and as you can see from those statistics, that's not bad, especially for a Championship player, and especially for somebody who we might be expecting to be a backup and be on the bench a little bit and then come in into the starting lineup. But when you actually look at his statistics for the last 365 days compared to midfielders in similar leagues, his non-penalty goals, 0.21 per 90, puts him in the 93rd percentile from midfielders. So you can see that he does really, really well at getting forward and scoring goals. He takes a lot of shots as well. He's not afraid to shoot, 1.63 shots per 90, which puts him in the 85th percentile. So first things we know then, not afraid to shoot, gets himself a few goals, makes third man runs into the box, is able to get on the end of things, good timing coming in at the back post when he's coming off the wing, and does really well to come in and finish those off. The other thing that I want to talk about a little bit is his progressive carries and successful take-ons. Progressive carries 2.27 per 90, which puts him in the 83rd percentile. Progressive carry, for those of you who don't know, is when a player takes the ball towards the opposition goal more than 10 yards, and it has to be in the opposition half as well. So he does really well at that. He also has successful take-ons, 1.21 per 90, which puts him in the 78th percentile for midfielders. So he's very high in terms of all these statistics, carrying the ball, dribbling. He's good at dropping a shoulder, finding space. As I've said with a few players that we've been looking at this window, he's got good upper body strength, the ability to hold a player off. We've seen in the past with people like Brendan Aronson, when we haven't had that they do go down and they do just lose the ball, and the referees aren't willing really to give a free kick for that. So somebody like Jaidon Anthony backs into a player, holding maybe a little bit of the shirt and pushing them away from the ball, and basically showcasing a bit of upper body strength to be able to hold on to it, which is something you certainly need in the Championship, because I think it's a little bit of a more of a rough and tumble league than what the Premier League is. The other thing as well is the fact that he does get back blocks and clearances per 90, 2.27 blocks per 90, which puts him in the 98th percentile, and clearances 1.49 per 90, which puts him in the 78th percentile. Those are the sorts of numbers that you would be expecting from a defensive midfielder getting back and coming into the box. But for somebody who can play in left midfield, right midfield, left wing, right wing, to get back and to be that defensively helpful is a massive thing, and it's something that Daniel Farke will probably really like, the fact that he is able to come back and provide that extra little bit of defensive support. Took a lot of set pieces at Bournemouth. He took corners, free kicks and stuff like that. He wasn't fantastic with his delivery, but more often than not, he did find a man, even if it was at the back post and they had to head it back across the box, or little clipped balls into the box from free kicks, which I haven't really seen us do over the last couple of years. So it might be nice to have a little bit of a different set piece taker for certain situations, and I'm sure the coaching staff will work on that with Jaidon Anthony if that can be something of use to Leeds United. So yeah, he's a sort of player who likes to sit out wide, drift inside, and basically come through the middle, which is as well, like I mentioned in the Tactics Explained video I did when Farke first came in, he does like his wide players to come in a little bit, invert, and try and take on people in the middle and drive towards goal. So I think he fits the bill really for this role. You could see him coming not straight into the starting lineup because obviously he probably hasn't even got any sleep over the last couple of days with everything that's happened. But yes, I think he would be a really, really good option for us in this division, especially because he's proven the other season that he did really well in this division. And yeah, he's a sort of player where I think he fits in and he offers something a little bit different. He's not similar to Luis Sinisterra. Let's talk about that for a second, because Sinisterra, obviously, a lot of us Leeds fans thought that he was the best player in the division, and obviously he's got a Premier League move to kind of prove that. But Jaidon Anthony isn't as good as Luis Sinisterra, let's just say that. But Jaidon Anthony is nowhere near as injury prone. I know I don't want to curse this now, but I don't really believe in that sort of thing anyway. If it happens, it happens. But he's not as injury prone as what Luis Sinisterra is. You get more consistency out of him over a 46-game season, which obviously is less than that now. But yeah, more consistent, not as maybe as flary and as impressive in individual moments, but he has got it in the locker to basically leave defenders on their asses, drop a shoulder, go one way and then the other. So he has got that ability to beat a man as well. So I think he is actually remarkably a really good signing for the situation we were in, because we were obviously thinking that he wasn't going to, like, we weren't going to be able to get any replacement, and everyone thinking, who is it? And I was saying, well, it must be a Bournemouth player, because otherwise it's just simply too late. I know I made the video on Friday about Elias Chair, and I think he would actually be an excellent signing, and potentially we could go back in for him in January. I think it'd be worth doing, because like I said in that video, he's a similar mould of player to what Pablo is. So, or Pablo was for Leeds. So yeah, certainly I think Jaidon Anthony is the best that we could have done in the situation, and I want to commend the 49ers for that as well. In the next couple of days, you'll also see a transfer window review. Basically, the whole transfer window. I'll go through, talk about outgoings, incomings, how I thought the whole thing went. So look out for that on the channel. Hit that button down below, that big red button. Join the community, try and get us to 10k before the end of the season. Transfer window now over. Jaidon Anthony the last one, so from now on it will be reviews of the transfer window, match reactions, live streams, all that good stuff. So yeah, join the community down below, and yes, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately.